In a pan we put a churret of oil, add a couple of cloves of garlic, an onion and 2 carrots, all coarsely chopped. We add his pinch of salt and his touch of freshly ground black pepper. We stir and let everything cook over low heat for about 15 minutes. We add 750 grams of minced beef, pork, or a mix of both. We also season the meat with salt and also add a teaspoon of rosemary, another teaspoon of thyme, and a teaspoon of oregano. Now we crumble and integrate this meat with the vegetables. We let it cook for about 3 minutes over medium heat until it loses its color raw, and then in an oven-safe mold we put a layer of cooked white rice on the base. We spread it well across the base of the mold. We sprinkle with a handful of grated cheese. On top of this we put the fried meat and vegetables that we have just prepared, spread it out equally, and enclose the filling with another layer of cooked rice. We sprinkle with another handful of grated cheese and bake with all this for about 10 minutes with the grill on, and after all this we will obtain a meal that is pure ambrosia. In a pan we put some slices of pork, loin or sirloin. We sealed them well on both sides, keeping it raw on the inside. Having done this we book. We lower the firepower, and in this same oil we put a couple of cloves of garlic and an onion, both ingredients peeled and chopped. We add a pinch of salt and another of freshly ground black pepper. We stir and let it cook for about 5 minutes. Now we add 200 green of laminated mushrooms, a handful of chopped parsley. We integrate and let it cook over high heat for another 5 minutes. It is your turn to add 100 ml of white wine and wait for this herb and the alcohol to evaporate. No problem, a couple of minutes. At this point we return here the back that we had reserved from the beginning. We cover it with meat broth or simply with water. If you don't have broth, we integrate so that the loin is immersed in the liquid to cook over medium heat for about 30 minutes, and in the end we will obtain a loin in mushroom broth. Delicious, tender, and what is pure ragweed. We add a very small splash of oil to a whole chicken breast and spread it over its entire surface. We do it with a kitchen brush or just with our fingers. Then we throw in his pinch of salt and his pinch of freshly ground black pepper. All this on both sides. Now we take the chicken breast and put it in the air fryer compartment. We close and set the thermostat to just 160 degree thing. It seems low temperature, but it's super juicy. We put it for 12 to 15 minutes depending on the power of the air fryer. After this time we open and turn over each chicken breast because now it's time to cook the other side. We close it again and again the same cooking time that we had given it before. And that easy. We have chicken breasts in an air fryer that are easy to make with hardly any effort. Very, very juicy with these temperatures and times that I have shown you, and that are pure ragweed. In a splash of oil over medium heat, we put an onion cut into strips. Remove if left to cook for 10 minutes. When it is somewhat translucent and halfway done, we add 2 cloves of laminated garlic and 150 grams of serrano ham cut into cubes. We stir and let it cook for 3 more minutes before adding a teaspoon of paprika. We integrate it and cook it for just 10 seconds, and immediately after we add 200 grams of crushed tomato. We're coming back. Integrate and let it cook for 5 more minutes to add a couple of peeled potatoes, and in large pieces we added salt to the potato. We add it to the sofrito and saute for a couple of minutes. All this done, we just cover just enough with vegetable broth, meat broth, or just water. We let it cook initially for 10 minutes and then add 300 grams of peas. We integrate and let it cook for 10 more minutes. Finally, if we want, we add a couple of hard-boiled eggs that will finish it off, and with this we will have some healthy, delicious peas with potatoes that are pure ragweed.